Yes, Zoo Tours is here. Of course, Chris and Rachel, and we are also going to be incorporating some of the students that we have joining us. We have Shannon and Cole here, and we're going to be talking a little bit about some animals. And it's Christmas time. Should we be giving people animals for Christmas, or should we not? So let's get to the professionals talking about that. Chris and Rachel are here. Thanks very much for being here.
It's our pleasure.
So let's talk a little bit. Well, first of all, we have some guys that are crawling around here. What do we have going on?
Well, a couple of these you've seen before. This is Toothless. He's named after the How to Train Your Dragon lizard. And he's a really good pet lizard. We don't recommend people get pets for holidays, Christmas, Easter, anything like that, because the novelty tends to wear off. It takes a plan to have a pet. Pets are for life.
Exactly.
So you really want to know what you're doing. And some of them, like these ones, can live to be 20 years old.
Yeah,
so
that's a long time. So that's a commitment, especially with a lizard.
Very much a commitment.
Now, Shannon and Cole, yourselves, do you have any animals, Cole?
My sister has a bearded dragon.
Nice.
Really? How about yourself?
I don't have one. It just died last summer.
Oh, sorry about that. No animals at all?
Nah,
Nothing.
I want a dog though.
Okay, there you go. Well, we're going to be talking more throughout the show. This guy's trying to escape. You got to stay. You're part of the show.
Sit, stay.
Yeah, good lizard. Good Toothless. But that's one thing that we want to get across today is that pets for the holidays, that's not something we want to do.
Well, a lot of people get them when they're super cute, like this little guy. We just got him in last night because the person couldn't take care of it any longer.
Yeah.
But and that turns into this.
Yeah, and bigger.
Exactly. So we're going to get more into more of that when we come back. So we're going to have more Zoo Tours right after this. Don't go anywhere. We're having lots of fun here with Zoo Tours, and of course Chris and Rachel are giving a little bit of an educational tour of the reptiles that we have on
wherever we go
display.
with animals, it's lots of questions. Yeah.
Exactly. And we have two wonderful students here. Cadence, as well as Joshua, is back in the house. And the thing is that, Cadence, yourself, you have a lizard.
Yes.
What do you got?
I have a gecko.
A gecko. And so you told me something about its tail.
They're really delicate and it can fall off if you pull on it.
Mm-hmm. And what were you saying about animals, Joshua?
It's Joseph.
Oh, Joseph. Joseph, of course. How could I forget your name?
Yeah, I was
the
one who's into random.
I know. Sorry about that.
That's okay. What I was saying is usually I'm afraid of animals earlier. That I'm,
You're okay with this reptile?
Yeah, I like reptiles. They're more my favorite than normal bunnies, dogs.
And that kind of thing. Well, lucky you're not here with us in the next segment, because then we're bringing a bunny out, I believe, a little bit later. Oh boy. So when it comes to kids, I mean, they're really inquisitive. They're playing with the reptiles, and you're probably always getting different varieties of questions when it comes to. But does it surprise you? I mean, this is 3 people now in this class alone that have lizards.
Not really. Bearded dragon is the most common pet lizard in North America. Okay. It's safe. It doesn't require a huge terrarium, like 6 foot long or anything. Like iguanas used to be very popular 20 years ago. They were all wild caught, and they would get really big. They'd get really nasty as they got older. Mm-hmm. These guys, nothing. They're laid back. You can pet them all the time. They eat crickets and mixed vegetables, so they're really easy to look after. Mm-hmm. This one is a baby, so it's only about a year old. This one's 7 years old now.
So they're the same.
Yeah, so that's going to grow into that.
Yeah. And yes, what would you like to say?
Is this a girl and it had a baby, or are they just both separate?
This one just came to us last night from a fella who had him. A friend of his dropped him off on the way out of town. And then he tried to look after him for a week, and then he couldn't, so he called me, and we got him and set him up. That happens a lot.
Oh my gosh,
most of the animals you're going to see.
Yeah. We're going to actually take a short little pause, and then we're going to come back with more with Zoo Tours and all these exotic animals.
And welcome back to Daytime. We are here with Zoo Tours, and we're bringing out the snakes with Chris and Rachel. We also have a couple of guests on the show here today from the school. What's your name?
Vanessa.
Vanessa, and you are?
I'm Edward.
Edward. So snakes. Let's talk about the snakes that you've brought with us here today on the show. Who's this?
Edward's first question was, does it bite? His face is right down on the counter. That's a good question. We get that from usually all the guests, which is, if you're going to ask a question, that's the one you want to get the answer to. So this one is a ball python. It came from a fella in Keswick who had a bunch of snakes, and he breeds them. So
Really?
they're all
Breeds the
captive bred.
snakes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this one is a ball python, so it's a really unusual color.
Yeah.
They call it a different morph. And I really like this one, but it has a bit of a head wobble on it. So that's why
Okay.
the fella didn't want it.
Oh, look at that. He's just wiggling around here, isn't he?
Yeah. So
Look at
I
him
mean, he's
go.
a nice snake. He eats really well. We put in frozen rats or mice,
Yeah.
and he put them in a bag and he eats them all up.
Sounds delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds delicious.
These are notoriously bad feeders. They hold the record for the longest time without food, 26
Really?
months. He was in a zoo.
Right.
He was a big plump one. They get to be about 5 feet long, about that big around.
Yeah.
And he just didn't eat after 26 months.
Now, I
Ate,
can tell,
and he was
Edward,
fine.
if you could just hold this here for me for a second, buddy. You are so curious about the snake, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have you ever been this close to a snake before?
Never.
Are you scared or no?
No.
You're just excited to see it?
You
Yeah.
guys can touch him along
Yeah,
the back.
you can actually
if you want.
touch one on the back if you like. Let's see, and even I'm going to be brave today, and I'm going to touch him on the back too. Oh, there we go. Feels nice and smooth, nice and smooth.
And this is snake skin from another snake that
Okay.
shed it off. That's what they do. They just
Wow.
roll it off like a stalk.
Just roll it off. There you go, a souvenir for you today, right?
Yeah, you guys can take that one. You guys did the snake section, so
Did you get a chance to pet it, Edward? I can hold that
guys
for
can
you.
take that.
Yeah.
There you go. You
So
can.
this is why they're called ball pythons.
Wow.
if they get scared, they curl up tightly into a ball, protect their head, tuck it in under
And
there.
look at them just. No, are they scared right now or?
They don't know what's out there. We're all bigger than they are,
Mm-hmm.
and at this size, it can only eat something the size of a full-grown mouse.
Now, Vanessa, I'm gonna assume this is your first time getting so close to a snake.
No.
It's not. Do you have one at home?
No.
But you've been this close to a snake before.
Yes.
Okay. Are you nervous or are you cool with it? Okay. She's just laid back. She's cool. She's chilling. And you're saying hi to everybody at home, which is great too. What are some of the reactions that you get from, especially if you're doing like a kids party or that sort of a thing, when you bring out the snakes like this?
We start small, and we do more girls' parties now than boys, but we do corporate events and stuff as well. So we also do, we've got a big Christmas show for Moore Packaging coming up as well.
Really?
And they really like it. We have kids from 6 months old that just kind of, they're very tactile, so they touch it,
Yeah.
up to teenagers that want to they have really good questions. They want to get more involved with the answers that we give them. Something like this, people can touch, and it's really safe. It's been handled a long time. It's used to it.
Yeah.
And then we bring out something like this.
And then we see Rachel, who's just kind of, with the snake around her neck, acting so cool. Now, what kind of a snake do we have here?
This is a ball python, or sorry, a boa constrictor. This one's the ball python. They're related, but they're different. This one has eggs. This one has live babies. We got this one from the Barrie Police. Somebody
Wow.
left it in their house, moved out, and left it there.
Just left it in their house.
Yeah. In a cage. Fortunately, it was in a cage.
Wow.
They left another one out of a cage, and we never found it.
Now, is
so.
this something that is common in our community? Like, will people kind of pack up their house and leave animals? I mean, especially, this isn't just an animal. Like,
Unfortunately, there's bad owners
Yeah.
with every type of pet. You hear about more with snakes because people have that fear factor, but there's communities that just go around and collect dogs, like SPCA's and rehab places that will take in abandoned dogs all the time.
Right.
And dogs can survive better outdoors, so you'll get feral dogs, feral cats that can survive over the winter.
yeah.
Actually, the person who abandoned Hissy also abandoned a cat in the same house.
Wow.
So
sad. Definitely, you know what? I mean, if you're going to be an owner of one of these pets, you definitely should not
Pets
do that.
for life, yeah.
Yeah, the pets
Make
for
sure
life,
you
right?
look after them properly.
Exactly. Now, how will these two interact together? Like, if you put this one snake down beside
They wouldn't care in the least.
it doesn't matter.
No. Feathers or fur, they'll eat it.
Okay.
They don't eat anything with scales.
Wow.
Accidentally, if they ate the same item at each end,
Yeah.
this one's bigger, so it would swallow up this one, not knowing it was a different snake.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, judging by whoa, look, there he goes, kicking him out of the way, right? Showing his territory. Now, how much would that snake weigh? The one that Rachel has.
this one weighs about the same as a big bag of dog food.
Okay.
And
So-
we just got the call to come in for Wednesday, and we fed her on Sunday. So this is around the time period. So if she goes to the bathroom, she could spray as far as you guys over there.
Wow. So hopefully the kids over there.
Yeah, normally when we do the shows, we have it all planned out.
Yeah.
And they eat once a week, and then they go to the bathroom 4 days later, and then by the next weekend, they're all set to go
Yeah.
for the shows again.
So Edward, what do you think about this one right here? Have you ever seen a snake so big in front of your eyes? Yeah.
No.
Nothing. He is so excited. You want to touch it?
And girl snakes are bigger than boy snakes.
Really? You
Yeah.
can touch it too, Vanessa.
Man, so this must be a male.
This one's a girl, actually.
Oh.
So she'll get to be about 12 feet long.
12 feet long,
Yeah.
eh? Wow.
Although she had a really rough start. She was really sick when we got her. She had pneumonia. We had to give her shots and treat her up. That's what happens. Sometimes when people abandon their pets, they do it because they don't want to take them to a vet.
Yeah. So
Instead of that, just call us.
If someone has seen an abandoned pet or something like that, I mean, obviously the reptiles, snakes, that sort of thing, are they able to call you?
Yes, the number I'm sure will probably pop up on Rogers, or just go to Zoo Tours on Facebook. Just contact
best
us
way to do it.
and we'll be able all the time. And we have an ad in Kijiji telling people if you have a pet and you can no longer look after it, just call us and we'll make arrangements.
Now,
to
in
get it.
addition to our snake friends, do we have any other pets today on the show?
Oh, absolutely we do. You
see.
saw how this one was just sitting out? That's
Yeah.
what it would do when it's looking for food in Africa. That one is from South America, and this one's from Africa.
Wow.
So
And
they're
curled up in a ball.
just like that.
Edward's loving it. Edward is
See?
just loving it.
That's a pretty safe
Oh,
one to
look
look
at
after.
this. Now we have a turtle. So now what kind of turtle is this?
Now that one is Rocky, and this one is Nike.
Rocky
So
and Nike.
two very different. This is a box turtle, Chinese box turtle.
Yeah.
And this one is a redfoot from South America. So this would live in exactly the same places as the boa constrictor.
Now look, I love the colors. If we can kind of take a look at just the different colors on them. You're seeing some nice bright oranges.
That's because they get a better diet than I do. I love Wendy's. These guys get the best vegetables, the best fruits.
Wow.
And unfortunately, this is what happens when they get to be 60 to 80 years old and somebody decides that they would prefer to have it as a novelty item on their desk.
So at what age?
They can live to be about 80 years old, and this is almost full grown. So that's
Wow.
probably 60 years old. The tortoise made it that big, and somebody killed it and used it
So
for...
that's obviously hunting. Now would that be in what sort of areas is that happening?
down in South America,
Okay.
all over the rainforest. So
Yeah.
they might have used it for food, but there's not a lot of food in here. As you could tell, I mean, there's
No.
some space in there,
Yeah.
but they're not good eating.
No.
So somebody bought this as a trinket when they went on holidays, and now the winter's getting here, everybody's thinking about holidays. When you go away, we're going to be talking about this for the next 10 minutes as
Yeah.
well. Do not buy these things. First of all, it's illegal. We got this from the government. CITES, Department of the Government here in Canada, has warehouses filled with animal parts. If it was ever alive, you can't bring it back.
Yeah, which is so sad.
It's terrible.
You know what I mean? Which is so sad. I mean, you know, why not keep the wildlife running like these guys are right here, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
What do you think about these turtles, Vanessa?
They're very cute.
You like them?
That one looks like a chicken sandwich, eh?
Yeah, it does look like a chicken sandwich, but in this case, you just can't eat it, can you, Edward?
No,
No.
it's just too cute to eat.
Exactly.
And this one's a girl. She'll get to be about the size of a softball, and she'll live to be about 40 to 50 years old.
Wow. Now, do you find with, you know, like the popularity for kids of like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and that sort of a thing, are turtles more popular these days, or how does that go? What are like the most popular animals that you
It
guys
comes in
have?
trends,
Okay.
yes. Red-eared sliders, which are water turtles, they're notoriously dirty. They come from the Big Bend area of Texas.
Yeah.
People used to get them all the time, especially when the Ninja Turtles first came out, and people would say, oh, they grow to the size of their environment.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They die if you put them in a small environment. They
Right.
get to be that big, and then they die. So they don't make good pets, and a lot of the pet stores aren't selling them anymore. Responsible pet stores aren't,
Okay.
because it's expensive. You got to have the right lighting, heating, a big enough enclosure.
Mm-hmm.
So for a turtle this big that lives in the water, you'd have to have a tank 5 feet long at least.
So, I mean, really, most of us who have aquariums or who have tanks at home who are thinking about getting a turtle, we actually don't have the proper environment for them.
No, you
Mm-hmm.
can get it, you can set it up, but you have to know, I mean, 80 years for something like that, 60 years for that,
Yeah.
and you have to have the right lighting, the right food. You could go away for 6 months and not have to worry about it like a dog, but
Yeah.
you still have to plan in advance.
You got to plan in advance. Now, what are we looking at right here?
This one was another one that was confiscated at the border when somebody came back. This is a sea turtle. Was a sea turtle. These are actually the vertebrae along the back, and when a turtle grows,
Yeah.
the ribs that we have on turtles and tortoises extend to the back and come up and those are the ribs.
Wow. Can I feel that? Just see
Turtles
that.
can't just take off their shells.
No.
You know, like Franklin on television.
Yeah, it's
you
not
actually
like on
have
the
to kill
cartoons.
them to remove their shells.
This wasn't shed like the snakeskin.
So now this is a big problem.
Absolutely.
This is a massive problem.
And it takes a long time for a sea turtle to get this big so it can even reproduce. But they catch them when they're eggs. It's not tough to catch eggs. They dig up the nests, and the turtle may come back every other year to the islands. They return to the same islands they were born. 1 in 100 survive to even be adults.
Yeah. So is it just for the aesthetics that people are killing the turtles, or like what's the reason why?
Unfortunately, no. It's a multifaceted problem.
Right.
You've got food, you've got traditional medicine. You hear about it in the Asian markets all the time, whether it's rhino horn or elephant tusks, where they carve detailed things. Basically, it's vanity. It comes, if one word, vanity.
Vanity, yeah.
And that's it. And it's kind of it makes us very distraught.
Very sad, yes.
Yeah, it's very destructive.
And then you wouldn't be able to come on here with your buddies today and show us these wonderful turtles like we have on the show.
For sure.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't realize that certain things were alive, like even mahogany, the wood, you can't bring back. Coral, you can't bring back because it was alive.
Yeah.
And when you take it out of the ocean, it dies.
It's like taking it out of its environment.
Exactly.
If you
It
take
would be
us
like
out of
putting us in
environment,
underwater.
Yeah.
And you're taking it from the water out, it's going to die.
we would only last so long, right? We would only last so long. I think he's your favorite, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's your favorite. Yeah. I know.
And when she's got a great big tank. Actually, they live in a tank together. They dig up the dirt looking for earthworms. We put in earthworms, fruits and vegetables, and then they've got a water dish they climb in and soak as well. So they're really neat pets, but you have to know what you're getting because they're going to be.
Yeah.
We spend a lot of time, and we do a lot of research as well. Like, we never stop researching. We never stop learning. Chris and I are always on the internet finding out the newest information about all of these animals.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I mean, you guys have been on the show a number of times, and I mean, you guys, you always make. If you can make me feel comfortable, you can make anyone feel comfortable around these animals.
And that's our primary goal. Educate people. There's a lot of television shows that are for shock value. Out and About in Simcoe County, which we do with Rogers TV, was for local animals. People don't realize we have 11 different species of turtles, lots of frogs and salamanders, 17 different types of snakes in Ontario. That's pretty impressive.
It's very impressive. Oh.
But then people want to learn about stuff that is exotic as well.
Well, you know what, Chris and Rachel, Zoo Tours, we are going to come back with some cute and cuddly animals in just a second. We'll have more daytime coming up in just a second. Don't you go anywhere. And welcome back to Daytime. We're back here with Zoo Tours, of course, Chris and Rachel, and we have went from the turtles, the snakes, to the ones that you can cuddle, just like Melanie is doing right now. The stuff that sheds. The stuff that sheds. But I mean, look how adorable these are now.
Is this the shedding time of year?
Actually, no, they're still growing in their winter coats. And Bunker in the springtime, when his thick coat starts to come out, it looks like he has mange. It's just like a fur coat just falling off in chunks and whatnot. This one is our new baby.
Yes.
Oh.
This is Olaf.
Olaf, I
He's
love
named
it.
after the snowman
On Frozen.
on Frozen.
That's
yeah.
hilarious.
Because he's white, he has buck teeth and carrot.
And he's going to be perfect for you to take around to some of your tours. Because
yeah.
Frozen is huge.
He's already learning, how to be a great bunny.
And I bet you all the kids are loving the fact that his name is Olaf in itself, right?
Actually,
the
this
first
is the
time.
first show.
Oh, so this is the debut of Olaf right here on Rogers TV, right here on
Bunker,
daytime.
we've had Bunker a few times.
Bunker is the most popular in our shows. For photos, you can get pictures taken with him and stuff. And Bunker, you can carry him around like a doll. He's a fixed male, so he's so laid back. He actually lives with a guinea pig, and once Olaf gets a little bit bigger, they'll live together as well.
Okay, so they get along.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
they get along.
amazing, just the difference in between, some of the kids that we have on the show today, some of them love the reptiles. A lot of them, we're like, where's the cuddly guys? And then you see the reaction to the turtles. They were so excited to see the turtles and so excited to see the bunnies.
It goes from extremes. We also have some giant bugs. We have some giant spiders, which you guys have
Yeah,
seen
we've
and
seen.
been very friendly with.
Yeah.
And smaller snakes, if you want to wean yourself up to big snakes,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Because we do so many shows, birthday parties and school shows and whatnot, we can also customize the shows to what you're learning for whatever grade. So whether it's conservation or habitat, we can talk about animals, how they live there, how they survive. Ones like this, when they get the winter coat, look completely different. This one here, when it was born, its eyes were closed, had no hair, couldn't control its ears at all, and now he bounces all over the place. He's extremely friendly. Bunker's litter trained. He actually trained the guinea pig as well to use a litter box.
And we can see some pictures of when Olaf was just born,
Oh,
right?
look at that.
He was 3 days old when I got him, and
my
I've
gosh.
been bottle feeding him ever since.
Wow, so
So
he's like
cute.
your little
He's-
baby.
He's my baby. For the first 2 weeks, he was in a little pouch around my neck.
Look at him.
And you know what you can hear? I don't know if you can hear this at home, but all the students who are in the studio today are like, oh, as these pictures come up. So everyone is just in love with Olaf.
Oh, everybody loves him.
Just in love with
On the Zoo
Olaf.
Tours page on Facebook, you can see all of our animals, all the different adventures, because we go all over the world looking and learning about different animals.
And that's what I love about your show, Out and About Simcoe County. You guys are so knowledgeable. It doesn't even matter what you come across. It could be something underneath a log that has been sitting there for years. You pick up that log, you look at it, and it's like, you guys know. How do you guys keep up and keep yourself educated like that?
A lot of reading.
And we were geeks in high school. We were the ones who were sitting there reading the encyclopedia.
That's awesome.
But they always say
we
geeks
just-
rule the world, right? So
we
there you
didn't know
go.
it back then,
Yeah.
but if you're a geek now, you've got all the power.
And I mean, I talk about this all the time, how that, you know what, I mean, you guys really do put people at ease, whether it's a rabbit, whether it's a snake, whether it's a tarantula. I mean,
We
you know,
want
4
people to
months
get
ago,
over
I don't
their
know if I
fears.
would have, look, with the rabbits, that would be fine.
Yeah.
But with like the
Lizards.
snakes and the lizards and all this sort of stuff, like, I don't think I would have walked out.
Well, there's
Yeah.
no point for us to do the work we do and scare people with it.
Yeah.
It's not about shock. It's about, these animals are so impressive on their own. Just tell people what they're all about, and the fascination is already there.
And what I love is when you do these kids parties is that it's never the kids who are afraid of the animals. It's
parents.
always the parents.
Yeah.
It's the
And
adults.
grandparents.
Because
And
we
they
can see
instill
it
it
in
into the
generations.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I have a fear of snakes, is because my mom had a fear of snake, and then something happened with me with
Right.
a snake, and then it just carried from there. But the thing is, I wanted to conquer my fear, and so I conquered it. I'm okay with
I
really
remember
large
you
snakes.
putting the big snake around your neck.
Yes, but the
Exactly.
small ones, I'm still not too sure.
You're
about.
working
We'll
on
see.
it.
Yeah,
You're working
I'm
on it.
working
You're
on it.
you're no longer an ophidiophobe. That's a fear of snakes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No longer an ophidiophobe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So again, we can catch you. Obviously, we want to follow you on Facebook at Zoo Tours
Zoo
to find
Tours.
out all
Like
the
the
wonderful
page.
information that you guys have.
And the Out and About in Simcoe County has a Facebook page as well. You can go there and learn about all the different places we've seen right in Simcoe County. We were even surprised at how many cool places there are around here, right in our own backyard.
Exactly.
And how many cool critters.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's always our pleasure.
Always
awesome
a
to have
pleasure.
you. There's
Yes.
never enough time to get to all the animals, but it was a
There you
lot
go.
of fun. And thanks to Our Lady of Grace
Thank
Catholic
you guys.
School.
Thank you so much.
Wave.
Wave, guys. Wave to mom and dad at home.
And thanks very much for you watching. Go do something productive with the rest of your daytime. We'll see you again.
Bye-bye.